my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, hey. If you're new, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, so then that way you can join my family and see whenever I play with makeup. I am also on Instagram, so I'd love for new subscribers and returning subscribers to just head on over to Instagram. It's Christina Sheree. Probably be down here somewhere. And then see kind of what I do throughout the day, throughout the week. I post about 3 times a week, so not too often. So today I want to walk you through some of my go-to favorite summer products, some of my go-to eyeshadow products for the summer or really any time in general. Personally, I tend to run kind of late a lot. I don't like to spend a lot of time, but I do have a lot of products that are my go-to. So we're going to walk through that. I will, as I'm going through it, you may not be able to see it all with the light, so I will put it somewhere where my finger, looking in the monitor and it's opposite, over here on the screen so that you can see it a bit better. Alright, let's just jump into these products. Now my first one is a bit on the pricier side. I find that when you invest in a good moisturizer, it does wonders for your skin. There are others out there on the market, some drugstore, some high-end. This tends to fall in the luxury category. I will say though that with Tatcha, because it is the Tatcha water cream, this thing is like unicorns and fairies just having a party on your face. This is so moisturizing and light. It's amazing. It's really, really good. I can see why a lot of other channels will talk about this and how incredible it is. Tatcha, you can find them on their website. You can also find them on QVC. QVC, if you don't want to pay the pretty penny out the gate, you can do payments, so it does make it quite a bit more affordable. I love this. I would say if you can invest in this, it's absolutely incredible. One of my other go-to products is just a nice, really light rose water. It's Mario Badescu, the facial spray. You cannot see that. For sure I'm going to link this or put a picture up on the This Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray, it is scented, so if you don't like anything that's fragrance, you won't like this, but I will say that it does refresh your skin in the morning. It's just such a great thing to just spritz all over and be done. I love this stuff. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and my skin just doesn't look fresh, even if I've had water. It's probably because, I mean, honestly, who can get a lot of sleep these days? So what I love to do is to just spray a quick vitamin spray over my face, and it really just kind of wakes it up a little bit. Now don't judge me, I have the box. I keep the boxes for most of my things, to be honest. I love packaging. But I figure this would be easier for you to see on camera. It is the Urban Decay B6. Now this is just, it has vitamins in it, it smooths your skin, it protects your skin. You just spray a little bit on there, let it sink in, and you're good. I love this stuff. This is almost like a secret weapon when I have not had any sleep at night and wake up and I don't want to look like I'm just haggard, to be completely truthful. Now I actually don't like to put a lot of stuff on my face. I find that for me it just clogs my pores, and plus I'm just a little bit too active with my hands all day long. Probably shouldn't touch my face, but I do. So I actually don't wear foundation. I don't mind if you see blemishes on my face. If it's a bit too much, if I just kind of went ham and scratched my face or whatever, I will maybe put a little concealer on it, but for the most part, that's it. So one of the things I find works for me is I like to use quite a few different primers for different reasons actually. One of the ones that is absolutely my favorite and one of my go-tos helps me when I have the oily thing happening in my T-zone and it just makes me look like a greasy mess by the end of the day. So one of the things I use for that is this Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Perfector. This thing is incredible. I don't use a lot actually. I don't put it all over my face because I find that when you do that it will dry the other areas of your skin and it will just look like a hot mess. So what I do is I'll just put a little bit on my hand, take my finger and just dot it where my problem areas are, which tend to be right here for me and right here. And I'll just quickly just dot that on my face and let it sink in, and it's good. Now my absolute favorite ride or die, I can't live without it, love the hell out of this stuff, is the Becca First Light Primer. This is so good. All it does, it's purple, fun. all it does is it brightens your skin. It's just a thin layer, and it just kind of puts all the tones of your skin together. It is just, I love this. I'll spray, or not spray, I'll pump a little bit on a palette and then mix it with another thing that I'm going to show you in just a moment, and then just put it all over my face and let it sink in, and it is just, it gives this nice lit from within brightness. I love this stuff. If you can get one thing, you don't want to have a whole bunch of other stuff, get this. Sometimes I want a little bit extra kind of mattifying power, if you will. So I will use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. This is good. I don't use it a lot, and I don't use a lot of it. I will mix this with the Becca First Light, usually about 2 pumps of this and 1 of this. Swirl it around with my finger and then just go ahead and put it on my face. And it together, these do wonders. You get the brightness with the Becca, and you also get the mattifying filter with the Fenty. Highly recommend both of these two. Now, I used to let the back of my hand be the canvas for everything, and then I would go to work and forget that I didn't use a makeup wipe and just have a nice little thing happening here. So what I did, I saw this in somebody's video. It was just such a great idea. This is an Esom palette. Ooh, you can see all this stuff on my desk. Distracted, sorry. This is an Esom palette. What I'll do is I'll put the priming filter on here and the First Light Becca, and then just swirl around, take my brush, put it on my face. I find that that really has saved me quite a bit, because I actually don't use as many makeup wipes, and I don't go to work with just stuff chilling all on my hand. Now, I would love to say that I drink a lot of water and my skin is beautiful and wonderful because it's hydrated. Fact is I don't. I try to. Goals, right? But I really don't all the time. And sometimes the size of my pores just look like you could see them from the moon. They're just so big. And I find that this next little product, this Milk Makeup, now I have the travel size. I have the travel size because I have a lot of makeup and a little bit of space where I live. So if I had big versions of everything, I just would be living amongst makeup products. So when I can have something in travel size, I'm totally fine with it if I don't use a lot of it. Just disclaimer. This stuff is great. All you do is just put it where you have ginormous pores, put it in, go ahead and smooth it out, let it sink in, and you're good. You could use this all over your face, I'm sure. I just use it in the same areas where I use the Too Faced primer, so I'll put it right here and then in the center of my forehead and let it sink in. And it does wonders for those days. So after I've moisturized my face and put any other primer on there, like the Becca or the Fenty, and let that sink in, what I like to do is I found this primer. Again, it is not the cheapest. It is such an investment, but it is probably the best investment you'll make. And again, not that I'm sponsored by QVC or anybody. They don't even know who I am. But you can get it off of QVC, again, if you don't want to drop all that money right away, which I totally understand. But this Tatcha Silk Canvas, this is so good. What it will do is it gives this nice smooth layer on your skin, and so any makeup you put on there, it doesn't sink into your face. It just gives you kind of like this blank canvas that is the smoothest you'll ever see. And it actually has a lot of product in here. I know you can't see that. I will link it. I'll put a picture up above so you can see it. It looks like it's not a lot and you're going to go through this, but really, sound effects, it comes with this little disc. And what you'll do is you just get probably the tip of your finger's worth, like the very tip of your pinky, and then you just smooth it on. So you don't need a lot. This will last you forever, and I highly recommend this. I love this stuff. Side note, I got a little creative because I didn't want to lose the cute little disc. So I don't know if you can see this, but I put washi tape on the back of the disc because it just sticks like that. Then I don't have to worry about it. Total side note. My next favorite is a cult classic. I think 90% of the videos I've watched on YouTube, makeup videos, they've talked about this. So you're not going to be surprised, but Tarte Shape Tape. I used to use Urban Decay Dark Golden. This stuff is really good. The only thing is I find that it cakes. Now, all concealer is probably going to cake a little bit, but this is good, but it does cake. Now, it could be me and I don't have enough technique. Quite possible. I'm really new at this, but it just when I found Tarte Shape Tape, I just kind of just jumped ship from this one. Now, the difference between them, though, is I will say that the Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer in Dark Golden, this is the closest to my skin tone. This is really beautiful shade. It fits me, matches me perfectly. Whereas the two Tarte Shape Tapes that I have to use, I use Deep and Tan. Most of it is deep with a little bit of tan to kind of brighten it up, and that gets closer to my skin tone. Not as good as the Urban Decay one, but this stuff will just blend into your skin. It is probably the most minimal creasing, cakey, whatever stuff that I've ever seen. So I see what all the hype is about. Love these things. So I hope you liked watching some of my favorites. I don't like to take a lot of time, but I do have a lot of products, so I mean, you know. Well, thank you for taking the time to sit here through this video and look at all of my favorites. These are really 100% my absolute go-tos. I will always have them. I tend to find things that I like and stick with it for the basics anyway. If you can recommend other alternative products to anything that I've mentioned here or showed you, I'd love to see your recommendations. Go ahead and please put them in the comments below. I'm always game to trying something else. Appreciate the time. I'd love to see you again. I will let you know when I am posting another video, or YouTube will let you know if you go ahead and hit that bell so you'll know when I'm posting a video. That would be pretty awesome. You can also go ahead and check me out again on Instagram. It's the same tag, Christina Sheree. I will post on Instagram when I'm posting a new video, and just see me throughout the week. So, enjoy your day.